I'm sorry, seems I might be different. No, I'm not interested. Can I get a witness? Truly, I be about my business. Ain't got no friends in here. Not trying to kick it, but really I would rather be at home in Zion, not hearing wicked Babylon with people who don't care about well-doing. So don't ask, no ma'am, I don't need your sin. You can go ahead, back to your indulgence. I'll be here, standing on the corner, screaming the kingdom's upon us. We've been hollering, but they...
Well, guys, we've made it to the end of my story. It is time for my Akoti Safiya to come tell hers. But before she does, there's just a few things I want to leave you with. First, the good news. No, this is great news. Solomon and I have grown so much together, spiritually and physically. We have a 5-year-old son named Benjamin. He is so handsome, and he looks so much like Solomon and the late Solomon Sr. We also have a 3-month-old named Yehuda. I think he looks like me. Solomon, of course, swears he looks like him. We have grown so much as a family. At first it was tough though. It took Solomon a while to get over losing both of his parents that night. But with the help of Yah, we pulled through. We moved into Senior's house, did a little work to make it our own, and now it's perfect for us. Solomon opened up a law firm here in Chicago where he offers free to affordable legal representation for us regular folks, which means he doesn't make even a quarter of the money he would have made had he taken the job at his grandfather's law firm. But we make do. His grandfather, however, was not too happy. In fact, he was piping mad. He wanted to pass his legacy on to his grandson, but Solomon didn't want it. I hear Priscilla has married and had a son, so maybe he'll get his wish. However, neither one of them speak to us, so you know how that goes. I asked Solomon if it hurts him that his family has disowned him, but he always responds the same way. Who is my family? But those who do the will of Yah. I am so proud of him. He has done a complete 360. He went from being a spoiled man boy that was all about himself to being a strong man that is about the people. He is really involved with this movie, and he has filled the shoes of his father in what Nuria calls the squad very well. No matter what he has going on, he always makes time for me and the kids and the ox, no matter what. And I love that about him. I finished school, and I am now working with Imai Naomi at the center. Whew, talking about a struggle. Trying to get funding and things for the children is an ongoing battle. Twice they have discontinued our lunch program, and twice Solomon has had to go down there to City Hall and raise hell to get it rolling again. Last month they cut the center lights off. Can you believe that? Apparently they forgot to pay the bill. Anyway, if I start on the woes of that center, it would be a whole nother story. But there is one thing I did want to tell you guys about. It's something that I don't want to say have me worried, but it's something that we have noticed, and I pray that you have too. It's the times. Time seems to be speeding up, or at least labor pains. It seems like every time I look up these days, there are woes, protests, anger, war, disease, fish kills, earthquakes, floods, droughts, famines, Oh, and the list goes on. These things are beginning to happen more often, faster. Nuria says that the preacher told her to cherish the time we have together because it's coming to an end. She says she doesn't know what that means, but that things are getting ready to change drastically. Solomon told me not to be afraid because these things have to happen. He said that if it happens in our time, we can only pray that we are found worthy of making it to the place of safety before Yah's wrath is let loose on this world. I don't know. But it is a part of my prayer every day and every night. Please, Abiyah, help us to be found worthy of escaping this place before it burns. There was something else, too, that happened. And for the first time in a long time, my husband was worried, really worried about it. We had taken all of the kids to the beach. Lion and Nuria and their children, Adam and Moniah and their children, Safiya and Elder, and Solomon and I, and our little ones. And we were grilling some burgers and wings. Y'all, the day started out perfect. We had the beach pretty much to ourselves. Although it was nice out, the wind was strong, and I guess folks didn't want to be bothered. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were a few people sprinkled here or there, but for the most part, it was pretty much just us, and we were loving it. We was having a good time. I was sitting watching Lion, Solomon, Adam, and Dawid, who was now 13, and boy, was he turning out to be a strong, handsome young man. Anyway, I was laughing watching them try and throw each other off the pier and into the water. Of course, this is the part of the lake that no one is supposed to be jumping in and out of. They were supposed to do that further down where the sand was. But if you thought that was going to stop these ox, think again. Anyway, our light fun day has shifted in a split second. Safiya came running from the way of the bathroom. She and Nuria had gone to take the girls to the field house to use it. Now the field house is a good distance from where we were. If I had to guess, I would say maybe 2 city blocks. Anyway, she came running, tears in her eyes. Lion, help me please. They've got Nuria. That was all she had to say. Lion was up out of that water so fast, and he was off towards where they were. My husband jumped out of the water behind him. Lion, wait, he called, but there was no stopping Lion, and there was no catching him either, especially if Nuria was in danger, and if he was using his full strength. But we all raced behind them. Lion a good distance ahead of us, Solomon behind him, the rest of us behind Solomon. I could see a guy holding Nuria. She was fighting him, but he was overpowering her, trying to kiss her or something. Lion got to him, and oh my goodness, he just grabbed him, his throat in Lion's hand. Then his body fell to the ground, but his throat was still in Lion's hand. Nuria was screaming and crying. The man's blood had splattered on the front of her dress. Solomon made it to them, but he just stopped and stared down at the body. The man had not been alone. He had friends. They too stared down at the body with shocked looks on their faces. Dawid made it to his mother and took her in his arms. Lion looked down at the dead man, breathing heavy, like he was trying to figure out a way to hurt him more. Lion, no. No, Solomon said. Hey, bro, you messed up, one of the men that was looking at the dead guy said. He was dark, but he spoke with an accent, maybe Cuban or something. But they look like your typical drug dealers. Do you know whose brother that is? Lion looked up at them. his angry eyes shooting fire at them. Nigga, what? My name Lion. You tell whoever it is to come see me. The men began to back up from Lion's anger. I'm telling you, that's a smart move. Lion's anger ain't nothing to take lightly. They were shaking their head. No, bro. You don't want Gideon to come see you. You dead. Your whole family is dead. They then took off running in the other direction. Ah! Solomon brought his fist up to his head. Look at him, he yelled at Lion. Now, I know my husband was mad. If he was yelling at Lion while Lion was in this condition, something serious was going on. Don't he look familiar? Lion looked down at the body. It's the same kid you and my pop took out of that meat market a while back. This Gideon's little brother. Man, we've been set up. He gonna be ready to go to war for this. Lion threw the piece of flesh he held in his hand down to the ground next to the body. Shlomo. Not my wife. Not my wife. Gideon want war? Well, then he found the right one. 'Cause he got it. Lion turned and scooped Nuria up with his unbloodied arm and walked away. Everybody followed but my husband. He stood looking down at the body as he pulled his phone out of his pocket. He dialed a number. Yeah, I need a cleaner, he said into the receiver. I waited until he was done. Then I walked to him. His arm circled my waist. I lifted my hands and let my fingers rub gently through his beard. He leaned his forehead on mine. What does this mean? I asked him. He looked at me, his eyes staring into mine. It means two of the most powerful broods on this planet is about to go to war with each other, and we're caught right in the middle. Hey, shalom, shalom, fam. Thank you for listening to Stormy's Tale. I pray you guys enjoyed it. And I'm going to need you guys to remember this last scene because it's going to explain the opening scene in our next story. Now, I would like to give a little warning in advance. Our hero in this next piece is rough around the edges. No, I'm lying. Not just the edges. This brother is broken, and it's going to take y'all using the hands of a healer to fix him. So, without further ado, may I present Gideon's Princess.